Hi everybody, I'm Marcie Besecker, an independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up. Thank you so much for joining me, and I am so sorry I'm late. I just totally spaced on bingo night as 5 o'clock, not 5:30. I am starting it early, so hopefully, not early, but according to my bingo, I hope everybody shows up. I am so sorry. I did say 5:30, so I'm going to try and change that really quickly on my post so that everybody else gets here. Wow, I was deep into mass production and I spaced. So I apologize. So I will go back to my video in just a minute. I just want to open this one up and edit it so that I can change the time. I am so sorry. Okay, so let me find the time on here to change it. What a goof. Let's see. Let's see, I want to make sure you have it on live chat, not top chat. Let's see, I want to make sure nobody needs their number, so I'm going to read the comments here really quickly. Just so you know, there are still some bingo kits available, so if you're interested, there's a link below. So I still do have some. All right, sorry, I'm trying to change the video. Here's the time. You know when you get all flustered and you're like, well, I gotta fix this. And now all of a sudden I'm like, wait a minute, I gotta fix this so that everybody can, it says the right time. I just can't believe I just did that, but that's okay. We are going to fix it. Let's see here. Here we go, here we go. All right, sorry, it's all on the back thing here. I've got to go in and fix it and change the time and all that good stuff. So I'm going to change it to 5:15. So sorry, you guys. Oh my gosh, I feel terrible. Olivia, thank you so much for messaging me. I was just watching Melrose Place and gluing my stuff down, and I guess it doesn't show me where I can change the time again now. 1 second. Maybe because it's already started, it's not letting me change my time. Well, we're just going to go for it because I do not see where I can change the time. I'm looking at one other place and trying to read messages. Well, hopefully everybody's here. I'm going to go post it on my other page. Oh, you guys, I feel awful, awful, awful. So let me just go here and say bingo is starting now. So anyway, so there are bingo kits. Don't forget that the Hey Chat class is coming up. And so make sure you're registered for that. All right, I'm back. We are going with it like it is. So sorry. Oh my gosh, I feel terrible. Hello, hi Angela, hi Eileen. I'm glad you guys are here. Hello, Nancy. So Bingo Nancy, what it is we're going to create 4 projects and we are going to play 4 bingo games. So when you register, you would give 5 numbers, so B-I-N-G-O, of course, and then you don't have your kits yet, so your kits will be mailed to you tomorrow. And so what you do is you just play along. I will put numbers down, and as I call your number, you will type a B in the comment. And then the next number that I call it is yours, you type B-I, and so on. And then so whoever's 5 numbers I call first, they win a $100 prize to go shopping in my Stampin' Up store. Now, in between that, and most importantly, of course, is the 4 projects that we create. And those are what the kits are that you're going to get. So you can come back to this video and create the kits along with a video. So really you're paying for the class for 4 projects and to create with your video, and then you have your 4 projects, and that's what I charge for a class normally. So bingo technically is free for this class. And so, but you can win $100 and do some shopping. So it's a lot of fun. And so when you get your kits, you just create at your leisure. All right, let's see. I don't want to miss anything else. Oh, thanks again, Olivia. Hello. Hi, Marcia. Hi, Jennifer. I didn't forget, Marcia. I was totally ready, but for 5:30, because that's what I'm used to. And I just spaced on it. Hi, Steph. Hi, Linda. Hi, Carol. Hi, Deborah. I know, because that's the time I'm normally on. So, oh well. I'm glad you guys are all here. I see everybody's here, so that's great. Oh, thank you for answering her, Olivia. I appreciate that. Oh, Dana, I didn't know you were a chiropractor. That's awesome. Yes, Deborah, if you want to play bingo, if you're not on my list, which I honestly don't remember right now, just go to the link below and sign up right now and put your 5 numbers in. We are going to be creating a card first anyway, so this gives you time if you want to sign up. And then just tell me your numbers, Deborah, so I can write them down. Nancy, if you go below and you click on the July bingo link below, it'll pop up and it'll give you a description of bingo. So it's a lot of fun. Let's see, Debbie just got home from last chemo. Yay, Debbie! I'm excited for you. Congratulations on your last chemo. I hope this one goes quickly and you're on the upswing of things. Let's see, I want to make sure. Carol Ann, hello, how are you? All right, so it looks like I got through the messages. Whew, we are just going to get started. You guys know my class links are listed below. I'd love to have you participate. And again, if you want to play bingo, you still have time. I'm going to do a card first. Nobody has the kits. This, you just sit back, relax, and watch and enjoy the card making and chat and have a good time. And then your kits will go out in the mail tomorrow. And then you come back, this video will be up for you to create your projects. All right. So let's just get busy with project number 1. Oh, I got to move my swap out of the way. That's what I was working on. Whew. So you don't need to see my swap. Okay, here we go, you guys. Thanks again for being so patient. Boy, what a crazy day. All right, so we have this beautiful card. I absolutely just love this card. And we are going to use the Dainty Delight is what I used here for the greenery. Then I used on the other side the Irresistible Blooms. I have 2 sets, as you know. I used this right here. Now, when you open your kit, I'm going to tell you that this die right here stays attached to your paper. So I had to go around with some scissors and cut it away from the outside paper. So instead of me doing multiples of these, take your gold bedazzle piece and then just take your scissors and just kind of snip, you know, just kind of make it as much of a circle as you can. It doesn't have to be perfect, but you know, if there's a little pointy edge or whatever on there, just kind of go around and make it look kind of like a circle, you know, the best you can. I thought it would be easier for everybody to just do one versus me doing multiple, so thank you. And there, so that's good. So here's what we're going to get in our kit. Now also in this set, where am I at here? We're going to use the little daisy right here. And then these four right here is what is the center of the flowers. Okay, isn't this so pretty? So Marcie signed up now. Oh, okay, Debbie, let me write your numbers down. 21, 16, 19, 22, and 28. Oh, good, Debbie, you rang your bell. How exciting. Hi, Melody. Thank you. All right, so I've got your numbers, Debbie. Thank you so much. All right, so that is what we used for these. Now, when, just quickly, I kind of want to go over bingo really quickly about the projects. I know a lot of people say, what stamp sets did you use? What, you know, because if you don't have them, then you're deciding, can I do bingo? Do I need to do bingo? So what you want to do is open this up and just move everything in a little pile right there. So when you think of this card, everything on this card is provided, but you need to add a sentiment, and that's it. So a lot of these cards, I try to make them to where you could substitute something else and make it as simple as possible for you to not have to provide too much product. So I hope that makes sense to you. So this card, you need the sentiment. That's it. You get the paper, you get the embellishments, you get all the die pieces, okay? So let's just get busy. The center of the card is easy. And I try to put that in the inside of the card for you. So let's go ahead. We're going to bring our silicone mat in, and we are going to go ahead and attach our pieces to the bottom of the card. Oh my gosh, you guys, I feel like I just had peanut butter, so I had to go brush my teeth and get something to drink. My tea was almost gone. And so I'm running around the house, and I'm thinking my husband's going to walk in and go, what the heck is wrong? Because I was running around the house to get ready. And thank goodness I was already dressed and ready to go. Had everything ready to go. I just lost track of time. I totally thought it was 5:30. Only because that's normally what I do. Now this piece is going to be a little longer, so just kind of lay it on there. And then just kind of fold up that corner. This will be what you're going to hold on to, but that way you're not putting too much glue. Oh, I should have filled this up. I used a lot of this last night. Okay. Let me make a better little hole here in my thing. All right, there we go. Gosh, I think it's almost comical how late I was. Well, hopefully we won't start till 5:30 for the bingo anyway, so it will be fine. All right, so we're just going to turn this over and trim. Oops, that right there. And now we're going to attach this to our pecan pie. And this DSP comes from that textured earthen paper, the one with the vases. I just thought it was really a neat woodsy kind of color and would go with a little bit more of the green and white daisies. Olivia's message to me was, don't we normally start at 5 o'clock for bingo? And I looked at the clock. At first I was like, oh yeah, that's right. And I looked at the clock, and then I realized it was already after 5. All right, so there we go. Our inside is done. So now we're going to do our front, and you know I don't like to attach it yet, but what we're going to do is we will attach this. I just don't want to attach it to the card base yet, just because that's just how I do it. I don't know why. The more important part is this part, so if I mess this up, it doesn't matter if I mess the card base up. This is the important part. I like to use my silicone mat. Number one, things don't slide around. It gives me just a little better grip on things, just so I know. I do like to, when they're darker, go on the white because you can see the trim a little bit better, but we're going to be doing some different things on this. So, but we're also going to use this, which I actually grabbed and carried this around the house with me. I do not know why. All right, so next we're going to take our flowers. So get all of your flowers. You want to make sure they're facing upward. All right, so you have 3 of the large ones, 2 of the side viewed ones. And now you're going to, you want your pecan pie. And I like to use this for the ink because again, it doesn't slide around everywhere. And I have on my sentiment here, and I have my little, we have our little dauber here, and we're going to do pecan pie, and I'm just going to rub that off a little bit and just kind of twist a little in the middle. I don't want to do a dab, I'm just twisting just slightly to add a little bit of color. And you want it to go out a little bit on the petals because of course you're going to put your gold in the middle. So just kind of, if you do not have pecan pie, you can use crumb cake. Any kind of a brown tone would be great. I love the new pecan pie color. I want this a little darker. I absolutely love this color. So just get it the color that you want it. See, it's a little lighter. I want to do a little more. There we go. Look how pretty that is. Okay, great, Mary. Let me write your numbers down so I don't forget. Oh, I almost didn't see the 1. 1, 4, 26, 29, 30. Got it, Mary. All right, so now this one, you're just going to do kind of on the edge, but you still want to just kind of turn it. You don't want to do it super hard. Okay, so like that. So just kind of turn it, but you want to dab it off first. You don't want it super dark, but you want it dark enough because you're going to add that gold on top. It just gives you a little more depth in your card, a little more detail. These are the kind of fun details to think about when you're doing a card. Like, okay, how could I step this up a little bit? So there's our flowers. Yay. Okay, thank you, Corey. All right, so there we have that. Let's do our sentiment. Tell her I hope she feels better soon. And now we're going to do our sentiment, which our sentiment actually, this is another thing, come up with any sentiment that you want. Go ahead and do have a beautiful birthday is what I chose. I wanted it to be a birthday card. So any sentiment, if you do not have this set, don't worry about it. Just go ahead and do a sentiment. And then, so have a beautiful birthday is what we chose. I'm going to make sure I'm sped up and equal to where you guys are because I'm looking and it's a little behind. Okay. That's what I get for switching that page. All right. Somebody can't find us. Let me message them really quickly. Sorry. All right, sorry about that. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and do this. Hi, Robin. How are you? I want it black. Okay, so there we go. right, so now we have our sentiment done. Now we can do glue dots or glue. I like to do glue. So we're going to take these and I'm just going to move them onto our silicone mat since we're going to be gluing. See a little bit better too. So if you notice, you have different, you have the circles. So you have 3 circles, and then you have like the little, I say it looks like the cornflower centers, the little side view of these. All right, so we're gonna add a little bit of glue. Let me get my little pokey tool. My other pokey tool is with my other project, so we're just gonna use this one. We're gonna just put a little dab of glue because glue will hold forever. All right, and then we're gonna take our centers and just plop it right down. And I wanna make sure it's in the center. The glue dries clear, so don't worry. I moved that around so the glue's gonna poke out a little bit. That's okay. All right, we're gonna add our centers of our flowers. And then these, you're gonna put where the little rounded part is on the top. See how it's a little more rounded right on this part right here and a little flatter on this part. So you want the round part, I'm going to turn this little guy around, to be upward. Okay, this one has a little much glue. I'll take that off. There we go. But I kind of want it poking up off the flower. There we go. So there's our flowers. All right, so we'll just let those dry for just a bit. I'm going to move those aside. I'm going to move them right up here. I feel like I'm taking pancakes off here. There we go. Move. So this month's bingo's all flowers or pretty, no masculine cards this time. Just a lot of fun, sparkly cards. All right, so now I'm going to look at this and I see a lot of crisscrossing over here. I just kind of, you know, figure out where you want. There's a lot of little embellishment areas right there. So I think I'm just going to go like right about right here. So I'm going to see a lot of this right here. So we're going to take this and we're going to just do a lot of little dots. That was too much. And just kind of put a little bit on your little dots. Okay, it's going to hold just fine with just the glue on the dots. And you might round these edges from the back side because this one I missed. But that's okay. You're going to have to bill me. PayPal is just circling. Okay, Mary, somebody else was having trouble with that too. Hi, Paula. How are you? Hi, Melanie. Hi, Carol. Hi, Jackie. All right, so I've got that good enough. I'm going to just put this right on the center. All right, now what I did is I'm going to take your green from the Delicate Dainty Delight, and we're going to put our dimensionals. We want those to pop up, right? So I like to take my scissors and cut these, and I actually have some right here. So these are cut in half right here. So I'm going to just put them on the leaves. And it doesn't have to be on every one. We're going to be putting the flowers on top. You just want to make sure that you're getting a good coverage. And so I'm going to pick and choose spots that really hold my half my dimensionals pretty well. Okay, so you want them kind of every little space there. All right, and I think that's good. Yeah, that's fine. So let's take those off. And if you feel more comfortable adding your flowers to the vine here before you attach it, that's fine too. But I like to have a little more of a stable surface to work on. So we're just going to go right up here, right about there. Okay, and then you can decide down here what you want to do. I took the stem off. Okay, so I took the stem off. So right here, I'm just going to cut this off because you're going to put a flower right there. You don't need that ugly old stem sticking out. All right, and now I have to remember, yes I did, I'm going to do small dimensionals on the back of the flowers. So right in the center, I just did a dimensional on each one. This is what's funny about trying to be ahead of the game. August, I told you guys, is going to be a really busy month for me with family and visiting and everything. I'm trying to get my classes done and my bingo prepared, and that's what I did for July so that I can start working on August. And then it's like, oh wait, how did I do this card? What did I do? All right, so this first one we're going to take off, and we're going to put it right there. So just kind of pick and choose your spots where you want to put your embellishments. And see how there's kind of open areas? That's what I want to do, is kind of go into the open areas. That way it looks like you have leaves kind of, you know, above and below. All right, so I'm going to go back, I'm going to go down here and put this one here because I picked it up next. We're going to take our little guy here, and I'm going to put this one right about here. Angle it a little bit. Okay, see how this is puffing up a little bit? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a glue dot. It probably just didn't lay exactly flat, which is fine. But where this dimensional is, I'm going to take my glue dot under and then press down. See, now it's nice and secure. And then this one, we're going to go right down here and put it right about, I'm going to turn this so the little leaves kind of show for here and up there, and put that there. Now everything seems tight and nice and down. That's good. Let's take our embellishment. We're going to take our larger, oh, I have to open some, our dimensionals. Hi, Bobette. You know, Bobette, this coming weekend, it's going to be 114 here. It is going to be a warm one. Oh, Bobette, good. All right, so let's put this on. I'm going to do 3. It's kind of going across the top of the page. It's going over the bedazzle. I just want to make sure it's going to be nice and secure. Nothing like getting a card with pieces falling apart. I don't like that. So we're going to put this right about, I want to kind of see our pretties right there. So let's just go right about there. What's nice about this is the paper is straight, so it kind of gives you some lines to follow. We are going to go ahead and attach this. For those of you that are just popping on, Silly Marcie put 5:30 for the video to start, and I started it at 5 because luckily Olivia popped on and said, hello there, ding dong, you're supposed to start at 5 o'clock. And it was 5 o'clock, and I was like, ah. So again, thank you to those that waited, and luckily our first bingo will be that. Carrie, I didn't see what you signed up for, but if it was bingo, please let me know what your numbers are. All right, now we have these embellishments, which are absolutely beautiful. These are like my go-to right now. I have 3 projects going, and they all have them. The adhesive-backed sparkle gems. And so you can tell I used a lot of the gold for these. And then I have a project now that I'm working on for black. And then I did a project, and I'll show you that in a minute, with the silver. So, yay. So we're just going to add our 2 right here. And then I like to add just one up somewhere. So there you go. There is card number 1. That is terribly hot. How about the flooding from all the snow in Mammoth? We haven't had any issues here, but I know my husband's all into water, and that's what he works with, is the California with the water and all that, for an engineering firm. And he said, yeah, there's going to be a lot of water going somewhere. Oh, Tammy, this paper is the elegant. Oh gosh, let me think. The elegance, the one with the vases. Oh boy, let me think. Elegant. Hold on, let me look. If it's off the top of my head. Earthen Elegance. And these are the cards that I showed you with the silver. Are these? Remember when I talked about these and I did these? So I made a whole, like a double this. I made a whole bunch of these. And so with my extra scrap paper that I had. And so I made, those were where the silver ones went. All right. Yay, now we're time for bingo. It's past 5:30. Yay. I'm so glad. So I hope you guys liked card number 1. Oh, I'm glad you guys liked it. I really liked this card. Once I made it, I was like, oh man, it's just so pretty. It's so elegant. I think this would be a really pretty, I mean, you could make it into a wedding card. There's so many weddings now that have that earthy toneness to them. But anyway, card number 1. I'm glad you guys liked it. Yes, thank you, Nancy. Earthen texture. I just couldn't. It's close enough. Earthen Elegance. All right, so that is card number 1. Yay! Okay, now it's bingo time. So for those that have not played bingo before, let me know if you don't have your numbers before our very first bingo. Marcie, you make the best cards. Oh, Tammy, thank you. You're so sweet. Oh, thank you, Nancy Lee. I appreciate it. And if you are wanting to play bingo, right now is the last chance. So if you want to go really quickly and subscribe to bingo tonight, give me your numbers and we will get you on the list. So how it works is I'm going to call out numbers. The 5 numbers that you put on your registration form are the numbers that you need. So if you don't have them, let me know. I'll give them to you. And there was one person, let me flip this over, Paula Roberts. I used your April numbers because I didn't have numbers on your, I don't think you registered, I think you paid. And so your April numbers were 3, 11, 26, 10, and 18. So I'm just double checking. Nobody should have a number over 30. And I didn't see any, but I'm just double checking and I don't see any. And I think that is all I had. So if you don't have your numbers, let me know. I'm going to make sure my video is caught up. Make sure you are on live chat at the top of the chat box. So I will call out numbers. You will mark your number by saying a B-I-N-G. So if I call out your number and it's one of your numbers, you're going to type a B in the chat. And then you'll start seeing B's come up. And then when I get to your second number, you're going to put B-I and so on. And then when you get to bingo, you want to make sure that you have it spelled out, ready to go. And if I call your 5th number, you hit enter and get that posted because it's the first person that gets bingo that wins the prize. I give out 4 $100 shopping in my shop. So if you come in second, you will get a consolation prize. Okay, so I do first person bingo, second person consolation. I'm catching you live. It's been a while for me. It has, Eileen. How are you? Yes, good luck, everybody. The next thing is, don't forget, your order must be in July. So it's the current month that we play bingo is when I ask that you give me your order. What you'll do is you'll email me your order. I pay the first $100. Ideally, a perfect order is if you put a $150 order in or more, because then you become the host. So you become the host, you get the Stampin' rewards, you get all of that. I will also send you an invoice for the balance of whatever your order is. So if you put in $163 and that's tax and everything, then I invoice you the balance over $100. You pay it to me. When you pay me, your order gets submitted and it gets directly shipped to you. Okay, I think that is it. Lisa, hi Lisa. Actually, caring for my mother and will be in another room and I'm not doing bingo. Oh, okay. Okay, I saw that you posted something and I didn't get to see what it was. So I just wanted to make sure. Perfect, Carrie. All right, everybody. Let's shake this up and here we go for bingo. I'm going to flip the camera here. I don't flip it. I hit the button. So here we go. First number is a 6. 6. And I go a little quicker right at the beginning just because you have to have, you know, so many numbers to get your bingo. Number 9. Oh, that's funny because I get those mixed up. The hearts are the only thing that tell me which way they go. The other thing is, don't forget to do a thumbs up. I would really, really appreciate that. That does help my channel a lot. So I would appreciate that. All right, Dana and Trina both with B's. Number 26. Carol and Jennifer. And then remember, I will come back to this video and I will put a timestamp below of when each card starts. That way, when you are creating your projects, you can just click on that and you can skip all the bingo. All the bingo fun. Number 29. Again, I know I need new bingo numbers with the current colors, but that'll be down the road. Number 22. 22. Lots of B's. Number 2. Dana with a B-I, Mary and Trina all with a B-I. Now after bingo, if you would still like these kits, you are more than welcome to still purchase bingo. It's the same price as I charge for my classes. How do you know if the numbers is A, B, or N? Because the next one, see how somebody does B-I, and then they'll do B-I-N. That means they have 3 numbers. And then when they have B-I-N-G, that means of these, 4 of them are their numbers. Number 12. So the bingo, if I have kits still available, it will let you purchase them on my blog. So there's only so many on there, and it will let you purchase them. Number 3. All right, Carrie, Jennifer, Bobette all have B-I. Corey has a B-I. Number 21. And for those that are new, there's a little bit of a difference in delay between us because I do closed captions and that tends to give it a little bit more of a lag time. Number 14. Angela with the B-I, Nancy Lee. Ooh, B-I-N for Angela. And Steph with the B-I. All right. Number 24. My dog's probably going to bark soon because my husband's going to walk in the door and he's going to go crazy. Nancy Lee with the B-I-N also. Number 15. And then, of course, I slow down a little bit towards the end when people are getting close. Because of the time difference, I just want to make sure. It's the first person. I will have to look up the game and numbers. Yeah, Nancy, so what you do is when you register, that's when you give me 5 numbers between 1 and 30. So I have a paper filled out with everybody's numbers and they all know their numbers. I hope that makes sense. Ooh, Nancy Lee has a B-I-N-G. Next number, 30. And so once somebody says bingo, I go on my list and I confirm it that I have the numbers they have. And they came off of the form that they filled out. And so whoever says bingo first, yeah, but I don't know the numbers for each letter. No, it's, no. Nancy, it's any number. So let's say Stephanie has a 12, then that's her B, because that's the first number that I called of hers. And so she'll put a B down. There's no letters to numbers. Number 17. All right, so we have Dana with the B-I-N-G, Stephanie with the B-I-N-G, and Nancy Lee. So Nancy M, if you gave me 9, 12, 21, and a 24, that would be B-I-N-G. Okay. And somebody else may have given me 29 and 15 and 17. They only have B-I-N. So it's any number between 1 and 30. Whatever you give me is what matches. Ooh, and Carrie has a B-I-N-G also. Number 11. Number 11. I'm slowing down because we've got a lot of B-I-N-Gs. I just want to make sure. Although it is whoever calls it first. So I could put another number down and somebody call on this number or even this number, as long as it's whoever writes it first and calls right about here. 28 is next. All right, we've got a lot of BIs popping up now. That is correct, Nancy. Between 1 and 30. Yep. All right, Olivia's on the board now. Oh, Carrie has a bingo. Carrie, let's take a look. So Carrie has 5. Let me make sure. Carrie, I have 28, 22, 17, 9, And Carrie, I don't see a 5. Carrie, I have you with a 5. I'm going to double check. I'm just double checking. Carrie, I show you with a 5 on your numbers. Okay, let's keep going then. All right, everybody, we're still going. All right, next number then. Nobody else did, right? No. Number 5. Oh, look at that. I just pulled it out, Carrie. Oh, you guys, I'm a little ahead of you. This is going to be really funny, Carrie. But somebody else could put it, so hurry up, everybody, whoever's got it. Isn't that funny? And you guys saw me pull it, so that's just too funny. Carrie, that's crazy. All right, so Carrie is number 1 bingo. So she won. Congratulations, Carrie. Was that crazy or what? I pulled it out and I wasn't even thinking about it. And then all of a sudden I was like, that was a 5. So congratulations, Carrie. Nobody else? Yay, Carrie. I've got you written down. Wow, that was just kind of crazy. All right, I don't see anybody else, so we'll get these all mixed up for next time. And now we're going to go on to project number 2. All right, let's set that aside. Project number 2 is so cute. So we are going to be using seasonal branches with the dies, of course. Of course, you don't need to use all these. I have the dies. It was meant to be. Wasn't that crazy? All right, let me get my stamps out here. All right, so this one's going to be a lot of fun. So what we're going to use is, this is our card. Look how cute that is. So I did this circle with the leaves and the bird and the branch some time ago. And I did a punch of some flowers, and I just had it sitting next to my desk for a long time. And I kept thinking, I've got to find something to put this on. I just didn't know what I wanted to do. Well, then my upline, Sherry, said, ooh, what if you, because I just didn't like the flowers. She said, what if you replace those with a DSP or something different? So I immediately thought of these flowers because I wanted to use this, because I have a lot of this paper. Because I had that class, and so I just have a lot of the Irresistible Blooms papers. So I decided, okay, well, we're going to do this. Of course, we have to add bling. So we are going to go ahead and start this one. So let's do our inside. Make sure when you get your project, your little bits are put aside. Now, if you registered early and by the RSVP date, you got a whole package of these gems, which I don't think I have right here, of these gems. So we used the green ones, are what we used in this project. And these are called the 2022-2024 in color pearl. So I just blew it and told you you're surprised, but ta-da, there you go. If you didn't, you're gonna have your pearls inside. So let's do this. I'm trying, I mentioned before, I'm trying to do more classes, continue with bingo. So I'm trying to, you know, depending on how many people we have, I'm trying to make it a little more feasible to do more classes, more everything. So I decided the gift will go if you RSVP by the RSVP date. That gives me a time to, you know, order the gifts that I'm going to give out, order any other, you know, supplies I need. And so it just, you know, helps with that. Now, the inside, I decided to do my paper like this because you know that this paper comes 6 by 6. So this paper, once I cut this down to 4, I have a piece left over. That's why I decided to do it down here, because I don't want to do it sideways down here at the bottom. But then you still have a piece at the bottom that you can use for other stuff. So let's go ahead and glue our piece here. Make sure you move all your goodies up to the corner there. Denise, if you registered, oh, your bingo package will not go until tomorrow. It goes after bingo. The purpose for you is to enjoy, watch bingo, watch the projects being made, chat, have a good time. It's also kind of my way to make sure I didn't miss anything in the packages, because I'm using a package just like I'm sending to you guys. And that way I know for sure that all your bits and pieces are in there and I don't want to miss anything. So that's what I do. So that is good. And then you can come back to this video and create it at your leisure whenever you'd like. A lot of people I do actually have that purchase the kits just for the kits, and they don't play bingo. No problem, Denise. So they don't play bingo. And so they just want the kits because it's kind of like a class. And they learn and they like the cards. So that's kind of why I do all of how I do it. So you will get it all. They'll all be shipped out tomorrow. So if I'm missing anything, I have a chance to fix it and get it done for you. And then I have a mail pickup tomorrow that comes and picks up everything. All right, so let's put this on. So we just glued it all together. There we go. So that's our inside. When I do your kits, I try to put all of your inside pieces inside and then everything else on the outside. All right, so now we're going to do some stamping. Let's set this aside, and we're going to bring in our circles, and we're also going to bring in our little piece right here. This little piece is for stamping your bird. All right, so you're going to want your black ink. Let me move all this out of the way. Bring my mat in, and we're going to ink this up. I'm going to turn my little paper and do it over here just in case I mess up. I'm going to have another one. Okay, so we have that there. And now you're going to bring in your blends, whichever colors you are comfortable with. And I honestly don't remember what colors I used, so I'm just going to bring in the light boho blue and the light and dark of my balmy blue. So that's what I'm going to use. All right, the other thing we're going to do is we are going to bring in our sentiment here, and we're going to use the Berry Burst because I wanted it to play off of here and use a different color. So we'll do Berry Burst, and it says, "May you feel sheltered in the love that surrounds you." Okay, so we're gonna put that on here. All right, so there is our sentiment. So let's set that aside. All right. We're going to bring in our pretty peacock, and we are going to stamp our leaves. And so when you do your leaves, they're going to go like this. You're going to do like this V shape on the left side. If you do not have the stamp set, let me tell you which ones I'm using here. Oh, I told you, the seasonal branches. If you don't have seasonal branches, just find a little leaf. I've already got the branch for you. So a little leaf of some kind, as a nice sentiment that will fill up your circle, and then a little bird. And you don't really have to have a bird. You could just put your leaves and flowers on there and it would be really pretty. But if you have a bird or a butterfly or whatever you want to put up there would be perfect. Okay, so we're going to do this, and we're going to do Pretty Peacock. And again, if you don't have Pretty Peacock, you can use a blue of some kind. On this, it would look just fine. All right, so again, this V shape is going to be on your left. And you're just going to fit the leaves on the top. Oh, I'm going to stamp it a little bit more. I think I need to re-ink my ink pad. And I'm going to just go, I'm going to turn it a little bit right there. Okay, so there we go. We're going to put that there. Now what you want to do is you're going to bring in your sentiment, and we're going to layer it up right here, and we are going to stamp again. And what we're going to do is, if you have the little individual leaf, which I should have pulled it out and I forgot, this one has that little tiny individual leaf right here. And so let me get a little block for that. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to try to align our, let me grab another baby wipe here. Berry Burst and Pretty Peacock are really bold colors, and they tend to get on my hands, so I'm going to not do that. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to take our leaf, we're going to take our sentiment, and we're going to layer it up right here. It's going to come up onto the circle wherever you want it. Just kind of get an idea of where you want it. All right, now you're going to take your leaf, your little leaf, and you are going to stamp right there. Okay, and then, so you're going to stamp on both, and then come down a ways and stamp on it again. Okay, so that when you align them on your card, you're going to have that little overlay right there. Then you're going to take it and turn it and just kind of do a stamp right there. Okay, so that way when you align it up and you put it on there, it's just kind of really cute. Good to know I have all the stamp sets thus far. Oh, good. Oh, thank you, Eileen. So yeah, so just if you, you know, use what you have. I try to create the cards to where you do not have to have exactly what I have, and it's going to be fine. Okay, so we're going to set this aside and set those over there. But see how you have half there and half there? You're going to put a flower right there. It's not going to really matter that much. Now we're just going to take our colors. I'm going to go with the darkest, which is the boho blue. And I'm just going to do a little bit of the feathers. And like I said, I don't remember what colors I used over here, to be totally honest. But we are just going to fill in where these little hash marks are, where the designer put these marks. And so I'm going to do that, and I'm going to go right under the chin here. So just like that. Then I'm going to go with the boho blue, or excuse me, the balmy blue, and I'm going to go with the dark, and I'm just going to kind of go over it a little bit to add, because it's actually a little darker than the boho blue. Okay, and we can come back in with some colors, so don't worry about that. All right, so I'm just going to come back in like that. I'm going to come back in with the dark boho blue. Again, I just like to layer. I know it's kind of a lot, but that's what I like to do. And I'm going to come back in with this because it's a little brighter than the other color. And now I'm going to come in with the light color. Don't forget right now too, when you shop, you get the bonus dollars. So when you shop on the store, and my link is below with my host code, you get bonus dollars for $5 for every $50 you spend. All right, so I'm going to go around and around and kind of blend that in, but I'm going to leave it right there for a minute. I'm going to come over here, just kind of fill it in. I'll come back. See how it's kind of darkening up? And you want to go on the lines. You just don't want to fill in the hole because the hole is white. But you want to blend the lines so that your colors kind of blend in together. All right, so that's good enough. Just give them a little bit of color, but we need to add. So I'm going to go with the light Daffodil Delight because his beak is so tiny. I wouldn't want to do the Lolly because it's very light. I want to do the Daffodil. I mean, you can barely see it. I think I have a little too much black ink on because I inked it pretty good, and you can see it a little bit better on that picture than you can on this one, but it's okay. It's a bird. So I'm not too worried about that. All right, let's get this out of the way. And now we're just going to cut him. So I kind of go semi-close, but I like to leave that white. And I like to go along and give it as much character as I can. I'm not going to go through his legs because that's just silliness. It's all right. I mean, you can if you want to. But his legs are so tiny. Remember, turn your paper, not your scissors, not your arm. Okay, and I'm going to curve it a little bit with the wings. It comes in right there. Right here, I'm going to cut straight down, but I'm going to come back. And I am going to give him that little wing, just a little bit, and then turn it and cut it and kind of round right there. So it doesn't go all the way in. I don't want to get crazy with it, but I want to definitely give him a little bit of character right there. Okay. Now I have a die, but you may not have the die. So I just decided to fussy cut. It's just that, it's that simple. Whatever bird you have may not have a die, and that's fine. All right, we're going to put dimensionals on here. I like to do one in every side and one in the middle because it's a big circle. Now this one, what we're going to do is we are going to bring this in and we're going to glue it so that this lines up as closely as you can. All right, so right about here and up, I'm going to put glue. Deborah, I'm not a big fussy cutter either, but that's why I always buy the dies. And a lot of times multiple of the dies, because if I'm doing a class, I will be using dies. All right, so there we go. There's that. Okay, we have a little glue there. Not a big deal because we're going to be putting dimensionals on, so it'll dry. I'm not worried about it. I will put one there to just secure. Okay, so there we go. So we're going to set this aside. I'm going to leave it glue up so that it's drying. We're going to put one towards the head. I like to just make sure, because he's popped up on a popped up piece, I want to make sure that he's very secure. And then his little feet, I'm not too worried about his tail, but his feet, I just want to make sure. So I'm going to take a half of a mini and just put that on there. And his tail's going to be fine because it's right here. It's on top of this card base, and I'm not worried about that. So we'll put that aside. Now what we're going to do is we are going to bring in our flowers. All right, so let's get our flowers. And use your pokey tool or whatever you have, whatever you like to bend your flowers with. So I'm going to use the back end. This is like the worst pokey tool. It is just rubber's falling off and everything. Take your pokey tool and just make yourself your little flower. You want them to pop up, even though they'll get smashed in your card, in your in the mail, they'll pop back up. I fluff everything. If I get a card, oh, and I have cards, but I'm not going to show them tonight, but I will show them on Sunday. That I received some cards. They're very, very pretty. All right, so there are your flowers there. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take this and I'm going to go ahead and turn it over, leave it like it is. And we are going to take our branch. And if you look, your branch should line up with your flowers. Okay. So let me see where I'm at here. This is going to go here. This is going to go here. This and this go there. All right, so see how it touches the leaves? You want to just make sure everything is lined up. So let's go ahead and put our glue on. Oh, it is well loved for sure. That's probably one of the oldest ones I've got. I've had them forever. All right, you don't want to put a lot of glue on, but definitely enough to hold it, but you don't want it to ooze out. All right, so now I use my pokey tool, or use your take your pick tool, and you want to make sure that everything is touching where it should be, okay? So we're going to start here in the middle. That goes there. That goes there. Okay, so those are all touching their leaves. I'm just going to push that up a tiny. See, I got to turn this. This goes this way. It's so fine that you just want to make sure that you're touching your leaves. Even though you're throwing flowers on it, if you miss it by just a little bit, then don't worry about it. Then throw a flower there. It's okay. All right, so let's just lay it all down. I have a little too much glue right here. So I'm going to bring that up. All right, there we go. Now I'm going to use glue because I tend to like glue better than a glue dot for this. So I'm going to put my flower. You got to think about where your bird's going to go. So I'm going to put my bird. You want him on your card, right? On your circle, on your scene. So we're going to put him, let's just put him on. Let's put our bird. So put him on there, so where he's sitting up, right about there. So now I'm going to take this and cut this. You don't need this because it's going off the scene now. All right. So look how pretty that is with your bedazzle paper. I love bedazzle paper. All right. So let's do this. I'm just going to set them where I kind of want them. All right. So you're just kind of getting an idea of where you want them. You want them to be on your branches, so think about that. So I know, and these are angled a little different than these were, so don't worry about that. You can always add more, and I think that's what I did, is I added more right here. But now that I have my dimensionals on there, it's probably too late, but that's okay. We're going to add a flower right here. Okay, so just kind of move it where you want it. And I'm going to add one right here. So I make it to where it's on the leaf or on the branch, but not, you know, you don't want to cover all your leaves up. But you also want to make sure it's attached to something, not just floating out there somewhere. So that's why it's not that important that your branches are attached to your leaves, because you're probably going to put a flower there. One, two, three, four, five, and here's my sixth one. So I'm going to for sure put these on here. I'm going to put that one out here. So it's still touching the leaves because I want it to be, I want to see the gold a little bit more. And then I'm going to put this one down right here, so it's kind of overlaying right there, so it just kind of brings that in. All right, so there, I think that, I think I'm going to put this one down here to make it look like this tree is layering over, so it is part of the same tree. That's a lot of glue, but that's okay. I'll just that to be up. Make sure you bring your leaves up if you put a lot of glue on. There we go. All right. Uh-oh, Bailey, you're frozen. I would refresh or maybe go out and come back in, but make sure you pull your thing all the way to the end. I said Bailey. I meant Janet. Sorry. Hi, Nicole. How are you? Thank you, Paulette. All right, so here we go. Let's go ahead and get our card going. So always when you do your card bases, you want to, if you have anything you're adding to it, do that first. That way you can trim it or whatever if you need to. I just kind of did this right down the center. So we're going to use our, okay, everybody else is good. Yeah, Janet, I would refresh. Maybe go out, come back in. You should be good. And then just make sure you drag your bar so you're caught up. All right, so let's do this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on here so I can look at the lines and make it straight. So I'm going to put it right about here. So that line and that line right there. Okay, so there we go. Now, so I have so much of this Irresistible Blooms that I did 3 cards with this paper. But they look completely, it doesn't even look like part of that set, which is what's kind of fun. So let's get this. We're going to add that on here. So again, that's Berry Burst and of course Bedazzle. And now let's bring our card base in because now we're going to just put this on top and finish it off. So let's put this on. I hope you guys are enjoying the cards. I really do try to make Bingo as user-friendly as possible. I want you to learn and I want you to like step out of your box and think of other things. Take multiple stamp sets and put them together, you know, to create something that, you know, you want to make a scene or, you know, whatever you're working on, you can grab another stamp set. So for these, like I said, use a different sentiment, use a little leaf from anything. Create this card. You don't have to put a bird. You could put a butterfly. You could put a ladybug. You know, use the retired stuff. Use something that, you know, works for you. But this is such a great set. I really like it. All right, so we're going to take this and we're going to put it right about, you want your sentiment straight. Your bird and your leaves don't really matter because it's a tree, it's a bird, he's flying, he's landing, whatever. But your words, you definitely want to have your words straight. Okay, now we're going to take our gems here and we're going to put these right in the middle of the flowers. And these are like a iridescent pearl. Be careful, these are still glue. They're still a little bit wet. You can use glue dots if you want. It would make it a little faster. If they flatten like this one, don't worry about it. You're going to be able to just pop them up when you're all done. Okay, so don't worry about if they flatten out a little bit. It's okay. So a lot of people ask me, you know, what are you using? And it's so hard to say because you don't have to have it. So for me to list what I'm using in Bingo seems like a whole lot of stuff, and I don't want it to scare you off from playing because I really do put a lot of thought into something that you can use that you have. So hopefully everybody has a bird, everybody has a leaf. But if not, like I said, butterfly, dragonfly, whatever you've got. There we go. So there is that card. Oh, good, Nancy. I'm glad. Oh, thank you, Tammy. Yeah, like I said, it was just, this little guy was just sitting over here for the longest time, but it had little pink flowers on it. And I was just like, it was just cardstock flowers. It just did not. But then, like I said, when Sherry said, what if you use DSP? And immediately I thought of this paper. So there you go. And these gems are so pretty with this card. It's perfect. Thank you, you guys. So I'm glad you like it. So that is card number 2. And again, the paper is from Irresistible Blooms. So you'll see the next couple cards also have it, and it's going to show you some different looks for that paper. All right. Yay. Bingo time. Bingo, bingo. Right after I have some tea. All right. Thank you for the thumbs up, you guys. I do appreciate it very, very much. All right, here we go. Are we ready? Hi, Julie. How are you? Thank you, Melody. All right. Number 23. Let's go. Number 2, bingo. I'm going to try and make some space for my next bingo here, too. Oh, hello. Number 2. Let me move these. I have so many blocks already for my next class I'm working on that I was like, ooh, I hope I have enough blocks, but I did. Number 19. Number 19. And this set is really cute. This seasonal branches, there's little apples, berries, blossoms. There's all kinds of stuff you could do with this set. But I love the dies. Number 30. Okay, Denise, so when I call a number of yours, you're going to put a type of B in. So if I call 2 numbers of yours, you're going to put BI in. So each time I call a number, you add another letter to bingo and put it in the description. So below you'll see Olivia has a BI. So she has 2 of these numbers. And then the first person that says bingo wins. $28. You are welcome. Number 14. Ooh, Olivia, look at you. 26. $29. So I go a little faster at the beginning until I see that somebody's really close. Oh, no problem, Nancy. You have a good night. You are so welcome. Thank you. Number 10. Yeah, so I've been working on my swaps kind of in between everything for Vegas, for leaders, for backstage. So I've been only one swap so far. I have another one created. I think I'm going to do 2 or 3 different kind, 3 or 4 different kind. Number 22. All right, Bobette has a BI, Nancy Lee, Mary with a BIN, her and Olivia both. Number 12. So a lot of people ask me, since there's a lot of new people on here, can you play if you're a demonstrator? Absolutely. It's like taking a class and you're learning more stuff, and you know, you get the stuff, and then you can, you know, recreate cards, and I hope I inspire you. And yes, your prize is still shopping with me in my store. That's kind of the whole point. But absolutely you can. I also have regular classes, which are a lot of fun. Number 13. Ooh, Corey has a B-I-N-G. Getting very close. And thank you for those that are subscribing to my blog. I really do appreciate that. I can see my phone going off right now with subscribes. Wow, subscriptions. All right, let's see. Bobette has a B-I-N. Number 9. Ooh, Corey, B-I-N-G, Bobette, B-I-N, Debbie, Nancy. There you go, Denise, a B-I. Number 1. Yay, Robin. Robin's on the board. Number 21. Ooh, Debbie, B-I-N-G. Ooh, Mary, it's a race. I'm going to slow down now because I've already put the next number down, so I'm going to wait. It doesn't really matter. It's whoever calls bingo first, but... Ooh, and Denise, look at you guys. All right, I'm going to shake them up. Pull from the middle. 15. 15. Now remember, you can only win once, so if you've already won a bingo, you can play for fun if you'd like. And hopefully you'll stick around and watch the card making. But you can only win one time. Ooh, Nancy Lee, B-I-N-G. Okay. I feel like that one just hung on my arm, my hand for too long. Number 18. Number 18. Lots of BINs on those last two numbers. All right. Number 17. There's lots of BINGs, so I have a feeling that it's coming soon. Remember, it's the first person, so be ready. All right, Jennifer with the BIN. Next number is a 3. Number 3. I'm waiting just that little bit of time because it's a little behind with from what you guys. Ooh, more BINGs. All right, we're still BINGs, so let's pull from the middle. 27. 27. Somebody has to have it. Lots of B-I-N-Gs. Wow, you guys. Oh, Nancy Lee got bingo. All right, let's take a look. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 14. 14. And 29. And 29. Congratulations, Nancy Lee. You have won bingo. Nancy Lee. Congratulations. Wow, you guys, there was so many of you. All right, congratulations. I don't see any others. That was darn close for everybody. How many were there? Did anybody count? If somebody can scroll back up and look, that would be great. That was a lot. I think there had to have been at least 8 of you. Yay, congratulations. All right, we're going to card number 3. I think it's a really nice card. It's a great sympathy card. The stamp sets we're going to be using is Irresistible Blooms and Hope You Know. So you, of course, do not have to use these sentiments. You can use something else, but we're going to use this one here. May you find peace in the days to come and in the loving thoughts that surround you now. Unfortunately, there's so many times that we need sympathy cards, right? 10, Angela. Oh, see, I knew there was quite a few up there. That's awesome. And I have the hiccups. So I think this is really a nice set, and it's, I just really liked the look of this. So look how nice this is. It's super simple, but you're doing a lot of layers. So you have your Lost Lagoon, and then you have your DSP. Then you have your Lost Lagoon contour scallop, another scallop with just a little bit of stamping on it. Some little leaves here, which I believe were from the bow, if I remember correctly. Simple, create a bow, which I did for you, and do your sentiment, and then same on the inside, we just added some of the DSP. So let's take a look at this and what you're going to get. Be careful, there are 3 sequins inside, okay? 3 of them inside, so don't lose them because they are very delicate. So let's see, I know I just counted them, so I know there's 3. So if I lose one, there they are. There's 3 right there. 1, 2, 3. And if you played, I don't remember if it was bingo or a class, I did add your, you did get these before in a class or something from me before, so you probably have extra if you need. All right, so there's our leaves, and here is this. So we're just going to go ahead and start with the inside of the card. Did I just grab one without a card base? How is that even possible? Hold on. Hold on. I'm just going to reach behind me, because what happens when I am filling up doing your guys' cards, I grab a kit and I put it over by mine, and it probably wasn't even done yet. So with my supplies, if you have little rough edges from cutting, just take your bone folder and just go over the edges, and it makes them really nice. All right, so there we go. But that means I didn't do the inside. Oh gosh, hold on, hold on. Let me go grab another kit. This is why I want to make sure that you guys have everything in your kit, because you know, sometimes it's, okay, let's just start with a new kit. We're just going to move this over because I want to make sure everything is in your kit. This one, I think I just didn't have it filled. All right, here we go. All right, so again, be careful. There's 2. There's a 3rd. All right. Here we go. Here we go. Now we're talking. All right, so let's move all your stuff over. Let's start with the inside. So remember, grab your white and your little trim pieces first and glue those together. All right, so I just kind of decide which way I want them to go. And it really doesn't matter because on this paper, ooh, the other thing I like to do, remember, is I'm going to put this here and just kind of flip it right there so I know that this is my little handle. I can go glue all the way to there. All right. How much are the kits? For all the kits is the same. It's $40, same price as bingo is. Because, you know, technically you can't charge for gambling. It's not technically gambling when you're paying for the class and the bingo's free. So I think every state might be different, but so, and that's what I do for class. You get 4 projects and a video. So the classes I have on my blog available is the same thing. I would do a class and you would get a video, a PDF if the class warrants a PDF, and you can go back, but it's a private link, and then you can go back and create them. The thing with bingo is it is not a private link, because if you pay, you get the kits and you can go watch the video, but you get to play bingo too, kind of a bonus. All right, so and Tammy, my blog is marciebeseckerdesigns.com. And then you can go, there's a place that says shop for bingo, classes, PDFs, and paper shares, I think is what it says. And you can go there and you can see all the classes and everything that's available. And sometimes it says the class is a certain day, but it doesn't matter because you can go back and create your projects whenever you'd like. It's a private video. It's not live. All right, so we're just going to put this together. But think about this card too. If you changed it up, I mean, you can use the same pattern with the scallop dies and everything and use a really pretty fun, bold paper with, you know, instead of leaves and a bow down here, put a flower, but put a nice big sentiment. And that is, you know, you could, that's the whole thing about these kinds of projects is what I want to show you is grab a DSP that you like and some colors that match it. A nice big sentiment. It could be a birthday. It could be 2 different stamps that you could put on there. It could be, like I said, there's no up or down. They all face different ways. I don't know why I do that, but, and then you can cut those out, you know, on black paper with white letters. I mean, there's all kinds of things you can do with different things. And so that's kind of my whole thought for you is to kind of just give you ideas on cards or projects or to use DSP. I love DSP. It does all the work for you. We're going to go ahead and add the DSP. Add this on here now. See how it's light, so I like to put my dark underneath it so I can see where I can see my lines and see where I'm at. See how much easier that is? The silicone mat is amazing. All right, there we go. All right, so we'll set this aside and that, and let's work on this. So we're going to bring in our paper, and the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp my sentiment, which is this one. We're going to do it in black, and then I'm going to use this leaf, just the 2 leaf here. We're going to use this one, and we're going to use Lost Lagoon ink. I don't want to lose this kit. I'm going to move this before I drop it all over. All right, here we go. So now, of course, I'm going to bring this back over so this doesn't move all over. And we're going to ink it up. What paper? Yeah, it's Irresistible Blooms. It was on the last card. So this is Irresistible Blooms. And it's on, I believe it's online exclusive is where you're going to find this paper. Okay. Love the layering you are doing. Definitely gives the card some dimension. Thank you. Yeah, I love layers. All right, so we're going to ink this up really good. I'm going to test it because I just got a big blob of ink right there. So I want to make sure. See how dark that was right there? I'm going to, oh, better move that though. I'm going to just dab that off because it got really inky. And now, okay, let's do that again. Make sure you get a nice ink all over. Get that straightened up. And you want it right in the middle. With my head probably in the way. I like to just hold it there. Make sure you get, you know, your nice ink. See, I probably got, it got a little dark on the end there, but it's okay. Where's, oh, the lid. All right, so there's that. Now we're going to bring in the Lost Lagoon, and we're going to just accent our panel a little bit. If we just pop this up on here, it just kind of looks plain. Whereas if you add some leaves on there or a flower, stamp it off. I did dark there, but I stamped off here, and I did dark over here. Just kind of, you know, whatever you feel. So I'm going to do this one, and I'm going to stamp it off, and I'm going to put it right here. And you can definitely go into the, I'm going to leave this one on dark. Okay. I'm going to do this one dark over here. I'm going to do this one up here stamped off. And even though you can't see it, no, I think that's all I'm going to do. I was going to put one over here, but I really don't need to. You're not going to see it at all. But see how it just, you know, kind of ties in there. Now here, I even went up into the text because I stamped it off, and you could definitely do that. So I don't need this anymore. So whatever you feel that you can stamp off twice if you want it a lot lighter. All right, so now we're going to bring our card back in. And we are going to bring this in here. Look how pretty that is. I mean, you can add this to anything. All right. And now for our leaves, I'm going to, okay, we're gonna take that off because we don't really need the stem. The bow's gonna go there, so I'm just gonna hold it right here. So I have plenty of room to add my glue. Okay. And I'm going to, remember your bow is going to go right there. You don't want it onto the words, so make sure that you move your words. And you can go off the panel because it's going to go on top of this big card, right? So just kind of, you know, think about where you want it. I'm going to go right there. And you could pop them up if you want. I'm going to pop up this whole panel. And with the bow, I just didn't want it to be too much over here. This is a punch, which is really nice and quick and fast. So another great way to do a project. I always have a bunch of the scalloped whites done. And thank you, Stephanie. She does a lot of die cutting for me. And that's just one of the staples that I have, because if I'm going to go and add some color and do a different color in the background, I'm creating one, but I've got whites to, you know, start my project and figure it out and kind of go from there. And I do a lot of white, so that works out really well. All right, and then I did your bow for you, so we're just going to put the bow right there. What I like to do is get a glue dot. Where are they? Over here. I was going to say I used a bunch last night. This was a new pack, and I used a whole lot. So we're going to put it on the middle. And then what I like to do is I like to put a little bit of glue on each side. I'm making sure this glue dot's not going anywhere. I mean, this bow. But also, I can put it there and I can move on to my project and continue on, right? So, you know what else, Deborah, is the bow, those little note cards that I just did with the layering leaves stamp set goes with the bow, the bow punch. So a really, really great set. Okay, so there you go. I'm going to cut this just a little shorter. I want it, and so sometimes I don't cut them very short. You guys, you know, can cut them shorter. Of course, it just depends. I like it a little shorter just to kind of stay on the card. All right, and we're going to put dimensionals on this. Stephanie's busy cutting as I watch. Thank you, Stephanie. And then I come in kind of in the middle because I don't want it to cave in, but keep it out enough to where it's going to, you know, hold the sides up. There's not a lot layered on top of it, so it's usually not a big issue. All right, we're going to put this. I mean, look how quickly that card came together. And I'm just going to center that right about there. And now we're going to do our sequin, so we need our little pick again. This sequin looks really, oh, when you turn it over, it's okay. I was going to say it looks really flat. All right, let me clean this. And I like the clear because it gives it enough sparkle, but it's also not overbearing, because you definitely could have put something else on this. But I like that it's just enough to not be overpowering, but pretty enough to add some sparkle. All right, so there we go. So you can see the sparkle on there. They'll dry. Those are great sequins if you guys don't have them. Yeah, Debbie, you do need it. It's amazing. And the layering leaves, you guys, is Rachel Tessman stamp set. The font is beautiful and the leaves are great. There's 2 different or 3 different kinds of leaves in there that you can use with that punch. So that's card number 3. Look how quick and simple that was. I mean, can you imagine getting a sympathy card like this? It's just soft and, you know, with the leaves on there, and, you know, always think about doing a little stamping on your sentiment, especially if it's a lot of white space. You want to kind of fill it in a little bit. Okay, so there is card number 3. All right, and we'll show you all the cards again at the end. Let me move my stamps out of the way. And now bingo again already. Yay! Hope you didn't take a break. That one was a quick one, right? All right, who's going to win bingo this time? Good luck, everybody. Yay, we're almost to 100 people. Again, thank you guys so much. If anybody's enjoying this or learning anything or likes the cards, please give me a thumbs up. It does help my channel a lot. When I am gone in August, just so I can tell you guys when I am at backstage, my plan is to record my my swap cards. So I'm going to record a video of my swap cards and play those while I'm gone. So I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. That's at the end of August. But just so you know, even when I'm gone, I'm going to be posting some fun projects. So yay! All right, here we go. 15. Boy, I think that's come up every game. 15. Now you guys are all going to have 15 on your next bingo. But did you notice number 17 and 18 in a row there when everybody was so close to bingo. Nobody had 15 or 17 or 18, which is funny. All right, card number 2 is 16. Trina, Dana, Eileen are all on. 21. So don't forget, if you go to marciebeseckerdesigns.com, you can see all my classes that are available there, my bingos. I have some PDFs there. The classes, the Daisy class and my Hey Chuck class this month will both have also just the video link and PDFs if you'd like those. The Daisy class is over, but I still have kits available also. Oh, Corey, you're behind then. Make sure you drag your bar all the way to the right to get caught up, and make sure you're on live chat also. So always make sure, if you guys ever leave your YouTube page and you go do something somewhere else and you come back, even if you're using Chrome and you have different windows open, whenever I do that for you, like if I'm showing you something on my blog and then I come back, my YouTube is behind. So always make sure you pull that YouTube all the way over to the right so that you're caught up, or at least extremely close to what we are. Number 23. That's the weird thing about when you hop off and come back. Even if I open it on on my second screen, but it's the same computer, it still does it. So be really careful of that. Number 6. Number 6. $27. And I am. Oh, Corey, I don't know. Maybe refresh and try and do it again. All right, we have some B's, B-I's. Number 4. Number 4. A couple of BINs coming up. 17. Oh, good. Okay, good. Corey's on now. I've got some B's, BI's, BINs. Good. Okay, that was 17. 24. All right, so let's see. Trina and Eileen have BIN. Lots of B's and BI's. Number 12. Number 12. Number 7. All right, Angela has a BIN. I'm having an avalanche with my cards over here. There we go. Ooh, Angela has B-I-N-G. Number 11. Number 11. All right, Anne has a B-I-N and Janet's on with a B. That is asked a lot, actually, Denise. But I've seen people not have any and then come from the back and win, so hang in there. 25. 25. And 22. Now the next card, there's going to be heat embossing. So hopefully you guys all have a heat embossing machine. This was just a card that, number one, there's a little technique I want to show you. But number two, I just thought it would be a really fun, again, simple but elegant kind of fun card. So I want to show you it. So heat embossing, I'm assuming everybody has. Number 14. All right, so Trina has B-I-N-G. Oh my gosh. My pen that goes in my glue somehow stuck to something and then stuck on my shirt, and it just stuck me in the gut. That was fun. All right, so here we go. Another number. 29. 29. And 20. So we have one or two people, I think, that are really close. So I'm slowing down just a bit. But again, it's the first person that calls it and has all their numbers down. Number 30. All right, lots of B-I-N, lots of B-I's. All right. $18. Ooh, Dana has a B-I-N-G. Nancy with the B-I-N-G. Right, I'm a little ahead of you guys, but I'm going to keep going. Number 10. It's going to be 114 this weekend. Woohoo! Are you ready, Olivia? $114. That is just too hot. Oh, Trina has a bingo. Let's take a look. See, we were just waiting for a number to pop up. So Trina, here we go. We have 10, 6, 15, 22, and 27. Congratulations, Trina. Yay! These are my ASL happy hands. Congratulations, Trina. Ooh, I put it back. I gotta write your name. Gotta write number 3 on here for you. Number 3. Tina, I think you are on a roll, because didn't you win last month too? Yay! Congratulations. I have no rules about multiple months in a row. You play, you win. But you can only win one time per game, per night. Congratulations. All right, all right. So I'm going to put these in here. I'm going to put these that weren't done on top as if it matters. And then I'm going to shake them up. And then I'm going to move them around. Not that the same person can win twice, but all right. Last card, I'm going to reach for my heat tool here because we're going to do just a little bit of heat tool. And this is another really fun and simple card, but I wanted to show you a little bit of a technique on this one. So for this card, we're going to use Sweet Citrus, and we're just going to use this right here. If you do not have this, because there's going to be some stamping on this card, so use what you have, okay? So some flowers like this, and you'll see what I mean. You can use anything. And then I used Oh Happy Day. This is such a great stamp set. So Oh Happy Day is what I used, because on the inside you could say happy birthday, congratulations, you know, thanks for lunch, you know, whatever. And so anything that's got some kind of fun flowers and a larger sentiment is what I use. So here we go. Oh Happy Day. I'm going to pull them out of my bucket. We're going to use our embossing buddy and our Versamark. We are going to use, which I didn't grab yet because I didn't want to knock the gold off of my desk. And notice that I did this card last, just so that we don't mess up. This, I know I'm going to be asked this. This is a seasoning container from Amazon. There is 4 of them on a little tray. And so I put different colors in all of those, okay? Connie, you know what? If you go to my blog, it'll explain all about the bingo. And this is our last card, and we only have 1 bingo left tonight, but I do this every month. So if you go to marciebeseckerdesigns.com, go to shop for, and it says bingo, online classes, PDFs, and paper shares, I believe. It'll show you there. What you'll do is you'll register and pay for bingo. It's $40, and you get 4 projects to do. You get 4 chances to win bingo, and you give me your 5 numbers, and it'll explain that a little bit more in the bingo pack, but I also explain it before bingo starts. So if you read it and you don't get it, please message me and I'll help you go through that and kind of understand it a little bit. But it's a lot of fun. I don't have next month's bingo up yet, but I will within the next day or so. So come back, please, and make sure you register. All right, so let's open this up. Again, Irresistible Blooms paper. And you have a bow. This is our card. Look how fun and pretty. So the paper's doing a lot of the work behind it, right? And so we're just going to accent and add some flowers, some embellishments, a nice sentiment for the middle. I'm going to show you a little fun technique on the bow. But this is such a great card and super simple. All right, so we're going to do this. Let's get our butterflies out. We don't want to lose any of our little goodies here. So 3 butterflies, 3 large, oh, was it large? I don't know if it was large. Yeah, 3 large gems and your bow. So make sure you have all those safe. We are going to work on the vellum, but let's put the inside together first. So I did the same thing because of the way the paper cut. I was trying to use up as much paper as I can. Oh, Betty, no, you know what? My rings are, oh, so I've recently lost quite a bit of weight. And so I took them to the jewelers. They're being resized because they were literally just falling off of me. And so I didn't want to lose them. But thank you for asking. I know I have weird tan lines where they go. And I moved this little ring from here over to here so that I could, you know, be married. So we're going to do the inside of the card. So we're going to just take our white piece like normal. And we're going to go ahead and add that here. Make sure you don't put it upside down. We're just adding some accent color. Now you could add another color here. I chose to do the yellow, but I'm kind of, I wanted it to kind of pop from a color from on the inside, and I wanted it to be fun, like it was a birthday card or something. So I decided to use the Daffodil Delight for a nice cheerful color, but if you wanted it to be more subtle, you could use the Lolly Lemon or Flirty Flamingo or any of the other colors. Any DSP, this works great, but I just loved this paper, and because I did a class, I had a lot of this paper left over, like a lot. So I decided, you know what, I bet you I can put this in with Bingo and not even use the same stamp set, although it's an amazing stamp set. I have 2 packs of dies for it because I like it so much. And we're just going to put that right in here. So quick and simple. Now, like I said, you could do a happy birthday, you know, thank you so much for, you know, having lunch with me, whatever. This is going to go on the front, but we're going to do some embossing first, right? So I'm going to use this as reference, and I'm going to leave it there so you guys might want to do your spacing the same, whichever. Thank you, Sherry. I appreciate it. But we don't want to use our silicone mat because we're going to be using our heat tool, right? And let's just move this so you guys can see a little bit better. All right, so we're going to put that right here, and we're going to fold it. I love these, and you will see me use these forever. I'm going to actually ask if we can keep these, if they'll bring them back, because I love them. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do our Oh Happy Day, because I want to make sure it's in the center where I want it, and then we can kind of decorate around it. So I'm going to add this on for our center. And that is our embossing buddy. It comes with our embossing kit that comes with these amazing tweezers. And it comes with a tray and the brush. It's a great, great set. I hope you guys have it because it's amazing. All right, so let me get it all sitting up straight here. Have my paper straight. We're going to do Oh Happy Day and use our Versamark. And you are going to do, I'm just going to ink this up really good with our Versamark. It's a sticky kind of ink. If you don't have it, you should. And I am going to go right in the middle, a little bit up from the middle on the top. Okay, hopefully it didn't just slide on me, and it did not. All right, so you could stick with that, and you can not put your ink on it yet because it's that wet. All right, we're going to bring this back in. Where's my, it's pretty wet. So because I'm going to do this quickly, I'm doing it all together. I'm going to take this one here, and I'm going to put one in the corner. I can see the shine on it, so I can tell where I'm going. Oops. I'm going to do one little flower right here. I'm going to do the little flowers there, so I can see a glare. Can you guys see the glare? See right there? I can see that, so I'm going to continue on doing my part here on what I want to do. All right, so I'm good. Everything is good. That's what I want. I'm going to cover this up. I don't need actually the folded piece of paper because I'm going to be using my tray right here. So I'm going to hold this, and then I like to do it over my tray. You're going to take your gold embossing powder and just put it on. I like to put a lot. I don't care that I have to put it all back in. I just like to make sure that it's all on there, where a lot of people try and take it like this and they move it around, but then when I do that, it ends up everywhere. So I just keep adding it where I need it and then let it fall off because I'd rather it be everywhere I need it. Now, take your brush, okay, shake it off, do your little clean up. Make sure you have it because we used our embossing buddy, so there shouldn't be too many crazy spots. But I like to make sure because you know what happens is as soon as you use your heat tool on it, you'll see this big old, see that where my finger was right there? I don't want that. All right. So I think that looks good. I'm going to move this out of the way. I am going to use my tweezers because it gets super hot. These are very paper friendly. That's why we have them. So our heat tool has two controls right there, two spots. So this is one and on high. I do it on high. One is more like drawing and one's embossing kind of. So I do it high. And then I go from the bottom. And then just make sure you're moving it around because you don't want it to melt or burn your paper. And vellum kind of flops around a little bit. So notice that I have my tool kind of in the middle holding it. See how it's melting? And you can do it on top, but I like to do it on the bottom just so it doesn't blow all the powder off. It just seems to, I don't know, I like it better. But sometimes if it's a thicker paper, it'll take you forever. So sometimes I start at the bottom, so it just makes it a little sticky and tacky, so it'll hold on to the powder, and then I move to the top. Be careful, move your hand down because you don't want to burn it. So if you haven't, I'm trying to do it so you guys can see it, and I'm getting closer and closer to myself. All right, so I'm going to look at it, make sure I don't have any spots. If you see any dry spots, powdery spots, then it's not done. And then I like to go on the top just really quickly, just to smooth it out and make sure that you get it all. Okay? And then you get that beautiful piece. So if you do not heat emboss, you are missing out because it is so much fun. Now, if you do not have heat embossing, then that's what, honestly, embossing folders is what sold me on Stampin'. And then when I saw this, I was like, what the heck? If you do not have heat embossing, take this piece of vellum and emboss it, okay? Then you can emboss it and lay it on top of your project, and it's so pretty. Add a sentiment and, you know, a flower or whatever you want to add to it. You do not have to have heat embossing for this, but it's just so pretty. All right, so now what you're going to do is you're going to align this up. So what I would do first is put your embellishments on. I know it sounds weird, but you want to put them on. So I'm going to put one here. Just kind of space them out. You're going to go with the large flowers. So you want at least 3. So there's a 4th one I could have done, but we're going to put the bow up there. So we're going to go ahead and go with these 3 large flowers right there. Okay. The reason is we're going to put dimensionals under there. So we want to get our dimensionals, and we're going to hide them under our gems. Okay. So we're going to hide one there. We're going to hide one down here. So that takes care of our corners on the bottom. Oops, that one's not very flat. Hold on. Okay. Then we're going to take this one and we're going to go, where are you? Up here. And then you could roll them up and you could, you know, put one under the sentiment or whatever you want. We're going to put the bow right here, and so it's going to stay down. So don't worry about that right now. So let me just make sure I have all my powder kind of off my area here. All right, so now we're going to take this. I don't know what that is. I don't know what this is. It looks like a little piece of adhesive or something. There we go. Now, take this, put it where you want it. Okay, remember, it has been heat embossed, so it's going to be a little bubbly in some spots. You're going to fix that, so don't worry about it. Now, there's a couple of things you can do. You could just stick your bow. Now, remember, it's kind of long, so you can cut it. You could stick your bow there. There's a reason it's a little longer, so let me show you. Use whatever you have. I happen to have this old punch, but you could use a 2-hole punch. A regular 2-hole punch is fine. Now, you don't have to do this. You could just glue this down with a glue dot and some glue like I show you, or this is just a different idea to definitely secure your bow. I'm going to put this like this, and I'm going to go in here, and I'm going to go down as far as this goes. So do the same. As long as it's on your project, it's fine. It doesn't have to be perfect. I'm aligning it above the Oh Happy Day. Okay, and I'm going to punch it. All right. So luckily, the vellum in the DSP is fairly thin, and you don't have to worry about that. All right. The next thing I'm going to do is I am going to do a glue dot on my bow. Now this is where you're like, oh gosh, I hope my bow doesn't fall off. It's not going to fall off. Take your ribbon and go through. Okay. Take this ribbon and go through. All right. You probably have seen this before, but as I was making this card, I was like, oh, you know what? I haven't done that in a while, so I'm going to do it. Now, don't let this stick quite yet, just because it's easier. Take this and go back through. So careful. Try to poke it with the thicker part of your ribbon. Okay, pull that. And then take this one and go back here. Now this ribbon, this bow is not going to fall off, right? Now you're going to pull your bow and you're going to go until your bow is going to stick right in the middle there. And now you have your bow and your tails are coming out the side, right? So you can move them down, you can, adjust them where you want them. You could also add a little glue dot there to make sure that it's, like if you want them down a certain way, just tug them. Make sure you have them where you want them. Make sure that's flat. And then I'm going to shorten these because I don't want them that long. Okay, I'm going to shorten this one. Okay, so there we go. So now that bow is not going anywhere. Now you don't have to put a glue dot under that to hold that down, right? Because it is on there. This right here is a little bit up for me. So I'm going to take a glue dot. If it's in the middle of this flower, I'm not too concerned. You're not going to really see it. So I'm going to go right under there and press that down. And I'm going to put another one up here because it's just up a little, and it's only because of the heat emboss. Now you could take your heat emboss, your heat gun, and go over it again. But this one, it's under the bow up here. I'm not worried about it. You're not going to see it. There. Okay. Now let's go ahead and adhere it. So adding the vellum just makes it look. Now I have my embellishments on here, so it's a little lumpy. So you could, once you put those on, you could put it on first and then do it, but that you can't add your bow like I did. So what's nice is that bow is not going anywhere. All right, so let's put this on here. Move it up a little bit. All right. So there is that. All right, look how pretty that is. And now let's get gotta add butterflies, right? We have our gems, but we also have all this open space for butterflies. So here is another secret. Let's put our butterfly right here. I want to see it, so I don't want to put it on the flower. I want to put it like right here. And then I'm going to take these two And again, we're just filling up this little space. And then up here, see, it's a little bubbly right here. Even though that one's stuck, I'm going to put this one right here. And then I'm going to take a glue dot and I'm going to roll it. So just roll it, roll it, roll it. And just go right under your butterfly. And there you go. So there is your card. Super simple. Yeah, you can't forget the butterflies. So super simple. You're adding your gems on there. So you've got all that sparkle. You've got the gold. This would be a beautiful wedding card or a bridal shower card. I mean, this paper is so pretty and so elegant. I love it. And then to add the vellum and your heat embossed, your gold bow, and your butterflies and everything. I really hope you guys like this card. And look how simple and fast this was. I think this was the fastest bingo night I've ever done, to be honest. And I think, you know, they had some definitely detail. If you can find this, it is a Stampin' Up, but it's old. So people would have to be selling it. There also is one with little holes, two little holes in it from Stampin' Up. I have that one too, but I like the slits for the ribbon. It just kind of makes your ribbon lay flatter. But that's old, but use a hole punch. You know, they do have those hole punch with the slots in it too, just like a regular hole punch. So you can look for that too. Oops. Uh-oh, hold on. I just dropped my needle on the ground. And I'm barefoot, of course. But I found it. Okay, so anyway, really fun ideas. And I'll show all the cards at the end. I'm glad you guys like it. Thank you. So super pretty. The other fun thing that would have been fun is to do those same circles with the bedazzle and put that on there. It would just be, you know, more gold. Too fast, Paula. I know. Well, at least we have one more game. So there we go. So that is project number 4. And so let's play another bingo. Yay, drum roll. Who's going to win? Who's going to win? You know what? Let me wipe these off really quick because it's got Versamark and I always tend to like to get that off my stuff really quick. So see, bingo's fun. You get to learn all kinds of stuff. So it's more of a class. I mean, I try to make it more of a class so you guys can learn something or remind you of something, because that's what happens a lot to me is I'm like, oh, I completely forgot about that. All right, let's do some bingo. Betty, if you're still on here, I'm assuming you got your package okay. I know you were gone when it was delivered, but I hope you got it all right. I'm trying to read comments here. Thank you so much, you guys. Oh, there goes my dog. Our doorbell went off. All right. So here we go. Oh, thank you, Eileen. I appreciate it. Number 3. Number 3. My dog is like, why is there somebody at our door? Number 25. I really do appreciate you guys playing. I really enjoy doing bingo night. I have so much fun playing bingo because I think I have a little bit of time to chat with you guys, see what's going on. It's always fun creating projects that I hope you guys are going to love. And like I said, I really do try to make them user friendly so that you guys can, you know, use it on products that you have. You don't have to use the exact same products I have. But of course, if you like the products, hopefully you'll purchase them from me. Number 19. Lots of bees. Oh, good. I'm glad you guys like it. Number 5. Number 5. I have not started bingo for next month yet. I'm creating yet anyway. So that will be coming up. Number 30. Well, this is the last bingo, Paula. You can go back and you'll be able to still create the projects and everything. The kits should go in the mail tomorrow. Luckily, I remembered everything in the kits except that one that was on my list. I'll show you the cards again at the end. I think it would help if I changed the picture on my YouTube to a picture of all of the cards. If we sign up as a demonstrator, what is the benefit of signing up under you? If you wouldn't mind chatting about that, please. Oh, sure, Denise. I offered a 20% discount on classes for my team. We try to Zoom as much as we can. 12 is the next number. I am available. This is my full-time job, so I am here to support you and answer questions, and I give, you know, things away here and there, and oh gosh, I don't know, the people that are on my team, you guys talk about it. I try to help you as much as you can, either if you want to do it as a business or if you want to be a hobby demonstrator and get just a discount. I want to be able to help you. Oh, thank you, Olivia. So there's just, I'm glad, Tammy. It's a lot of fun. I really like to try to chat with my team as much as they want. I know some people, there's number 10. Some people are more, they just want the discount and that's it, and that's fine. And I try to ask at the beginning, you know, what your goal is, what you would like, because I don't want to be a pest to you, but I also don't want to not help you and answer your questions. Oh, thanks, Steph. And we have a lot of fun. We do online crafting. We've done Zooms where we all, you know, bring a project and craft, and we just chit chat and visit. And I do little gifts for ranking up and that kind of thing if they want. And I do stuff at Christmas time. Oh, thank you, Debbie. So those, Debbie, Stephanie, Olivia are on my team. Debbie Spicer's on my team. I'm trying to think of who else is on here. Deborah. Oh, Deborah just talked. Kay Lambert, when she's on here, she's on my team. So we have a lot of fun. Number 29. I'd love to have you if you're interested in joining, or I can help answer any other questions for you. Number 24. My thing as a leader is I like to be very available to answer questions and help you, and you know, help guide you. You know, a lot of the team wants to start doing videos and stuff, and so I try to help and support as much as I can and send links of stuff that I used, you know, all that kind of stuff, and what I've done that I like that works and what I have tried that didn't work. Number 1. All right, so I see some BINs out there, some BIs. Oh, you're welcome, Denise. I'm glad that helped. If you need any other questions answered, just let me know. All right, quite a few BIs. Number 23. We also have a team page, which is a lot of fun. Ooh, Stephanie, B-I-N-G. Let me stir these up some. Number 8. Ooh, Eileen has a B-I-N-G. Number 2. Denise, our upline is also amazing, so she's also available too. So if I'm, oh, Eileen, yay. So if I'm available, if I'm gone for some reason, I'm always accessible, but she is too. All right, Eileen, let's take a look. Number 8, number 10, number 15, 23, and 27. Eileen, congratulations. So when you guys turn in your orders, don't forget, let me see, number 4. Don't forget to look at the online exclusive items. All right? I'm making sure there's nobody else. I don't see anybody. Yay! Congratulations, everybody. So let's take a look at those cards again. So this was number 4. This was number 3, number 2, and number 1. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. So those were our cards. I was just going to say that not only do we have Marcie, but our upline, yeah, you do. And you'll also go on her stamping page too. So it's kind of like you're part of 2 teams. So I hope you guys enjoyed bingo tonight. I had a lot of fun. It's crazy how early we're done. Now I'm just going to have to purchase those markers without the assistance of Marcie. Purchase those markers without the assistance. Oh, you know I can help you, Debbie. I'm here to enable you as much as I can. Thank you, Angela. Thank you, Nicole. So yeah, it is, do we get the $5 bonus for each $50? Yes, Trina, because I will be putting your order in separately. I will get an email with your code on it from that order, and I will forward you the code so that you guys have it, so you will also earn your $5 bonus points. Absolutely. Thank you, Robin. I'm glad you liked it. Thanks, staff. Oh, Corey, I'm glad you had a good time. So yeah, we always have fun at bingo night. I always enjoy it. I'm glad it was a quick night. Like these 2 cards were fairly quick and simple, and they're so pretty and so elegant. It's such a great quick card if you need to have a bunch of on-hand cards. Oh, Happy Day is a great card for a lot of stuff. And of course, sometimes we need that sympathy card, but you can change up the sentiment or the orientation and make it a Oh Happy card, a Oh Happy Day card, or another card. Find that sentiment that works for the card that you need. Oh, Stampin' Write markers. Oh, yes. Oh, Debbie. I love Stampin' Write markers. Love, love, love them. Mary, that is true. If you are not on my team, I have a lot of demonstrators and customers that aren't my customers or demonstrators that I help or answer questions, because I kind of think what goes around comes around. And I think that especially in the business world, because I do mine as a business, you never know what's going to happen down the road. You might have to find a new demonstrator if yours decides to leave or whatever. It's just, I mean, that's just the way it is business wise. Personally, I'd rather help you than be rude. I've heard people say, you're not on my team, so you need to go, to your person and get help. And I try not to do that if at all possible. That just isn't, why would you do that? So anyway, yeah, I'm here to help if I can. Thank you, Mary. That's a nice reminder, a nice thought. What is making, oh, my paper's making noise. I'm like, what is that noise? It's the tape that's stuck. I'm glad you enjoyed the cards. Thank you so much. If you need anything, please let me know. Denise, if I could answer any more questions or anybody else about joining my team, I would love to help you. And I'd love to have you on my team. All right, everybody, have a fantastic week. Again, I'm on Wednesday nights at normally 5:30. Thank you, Olivia, and everybody for wondering where I was at 5, because I forget bingo night is at 5. And thank you to everybody for watching. And I will see you on Sunday. Sunday also at 5:30. Bye, everybody.